morning, Mr. Ibarra.
Good morning, sir.
So you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Judge, this is a under 21 UCW. I can still read you the facts if you would like. Okay. On March 3rd, 2025, an officer was dispatched to a shooting. The officer found the defendant in a back alleyway with a gunshot wound to his leg. The defendant had a mesh backpack in his possession at the time and was able to see that there was a black handgun inside. The caliber of the handgun matched shell casings located on the ground next to the defendant. The defendant stated that he shot the gun in self-defense at 3 black males who shot at him. Those suspects fled the scene after officers' arrival. The defendant was transported to Ben Taub Hospital, where the defendant was being treated for the gunshot wound to his left femur. The defendant admitted to being in the 114th Street Bounty Hunters gang and is 18 years old.
Okay, so was it really that, did he shoot himself or do we know that someone else shot?
We do not know. We
So-
know that the casings on scene match the caliber of the handgun that he had, but we don't know if he had shot himself and he stated he was being shot at by other people as well. So it's unclear.
So the only allegation is that he's underage, essentially. Okay. Mr. Ibarra, I'm going to find that there's no probable cause to go forward in your case. You need to be very careful. You get but one life. You know, God forbid something happens where you have a gun and you use it and then you end up getting charged with something. You've gotten shot in the leg now. I mean, luckily it's not somewhere else. It could be life ending.
Sir.
When you hang with dogs or when you're bad places in the middle of the night, really do something with your life. Get into school, graduate, get some knowledge.
Sir.
Take a seat. How are you?
Good.
I know you don't want to go into treatment, right? And I acquiesced to you last time. You asked me, please, I can get it done. Please don't let me do it. Don't put me in residential. Don't. And I listened. And what happened? No. Or you caught a felony DWI, not. We put you on probation. A month and a half later, you pick up a felony DWI. So all this, you know, acting. So now, if this doesn't show that residential is the right thing, then I don't know what does. You know, the only thing that we're trying to do is prevent death on our roads. That's the only thing, right? And somehow we have to get through these. Every other way that we've tried just doesn't work. This is the only other thing that we have left at our disposal. So if you want, we can just set up for a hearing. And if they prove to us that you have violated your probation, then we're going to amend your conditions to put you in residential treatment. We can do this any number of ways. We can have a full-blown hearing, or you can just sign the conditions. But if they prove it to me, that's what's going to happen.
I'm not signing the conditions.
Okay, so set it for a hearing, and then get the probation officer here, and then we'll see. And then they prove to me that you have violated your probation, then I'm going to amend your conditions. I'm not letting you go. Ever. Do you understand? I'm going to keep you until we get this straightened out, one way or the other.
Okay.
Understand? Okay,
That's it.
good. So I'm at your mercy when you want to set it. You want to do a week? We can set it in a week and then just have a hearing. It's just at the mercy of the probation officer, whatever they are best with. Okay? Morning, Mr. Macias.
Buenos días, señor Macías.
Sir, you were charged with assault, bodily injury.
Daño
You're
corporal.
facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent.
Culpados
anything you say can or will be used against you.
Quiet.
You have the right to have an attorney present.
Tienes el derecho de tener un abogado presente.
If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
Van a asignar un abogado oficio.
On March 10th,
El 10 de marzo del
2025,
2025,
at approximately
aproximadamente
5:03 p.m.,
5:03 de la
an
tarde,
officer
un
was
oficial
dispatched to
lo
a
llamaron
disturbance
a una
unknown weapon
casa
call
por una
at a
llamada de
residence
que tenga
in
una arma
Harris County,
aquí
Texas.
en una residencia en el condado de Harris.
The officer made
El
contact
oficial hizo
with the
contacto
defendant
con el acusado, usted,
and complainant
y el quejante
on the sidewalk of
ahí
the
en la
residence.
acera de la residencia.
The officer
El oficial
observed the
observó
call was related
que la llamada
to
era
a previous
relacionado a otra llamada
on
previa
March 6th,
del 6 de marzo
2025.
del 2025 que estaba
The defendant
el
stated his right
acusado
hand
dijo
was
que la mano
injured
derecha le hicieron
approximately 3
daño
days ago
hace como 3 días
because he fought with the
porque había
complainant
peleado con el
who
quejante
beat up the
que,
defendant
que
and that he was
había
sitting
dado
outside
golpes
playing
y
guitar
estaba afuera
on the day of the
tocando
incident.
guitarra el día que ocurrió el
The
incidente.
complainant became
El
upset
quejante
because he
se
did not
enojó
like the noise and that
porque
the
no
complainant
no le gustó el ruido
complains about
y,
music all the time.
y él siempre está
And-
quejándose sobre la música siempre.
And that the complainant caught him
Y
at
el
a bad
quejante
time
lo agarró un tiempo que estaba
because he
tomando
was drinking
porque
alcohol
estaba tomando
and was
alcohol
angry.
y estaba enojado.
The defendant stated he was tired
El
of the
acusado
complainant
dijo
constantly
que
bothering
estaba
him,
cansado de que él siempre se está molestando
that the complainant deserved to get beat up,
y le merecía que
and if
le dieran una
officers
paliza
released
y
him,
los oficiales
he would
lo
show
dejaran
them what he
ir.
could do
Le
by
iba a
assaulting
enseñar
the complainant
qué ibas a
again.
hacer por agredirle otra vez.
The defendant stated he did
El
nothing wrong.
acusado dijo que no hizo nada mal.
The complainant stated
El
that on
quejante
March 6,
dijo que el 6 de
2025,
marzo del
he was
2025
assaulted by
lo
multiple
agredió a
males.
varios hombres.
He was taking out
Él
the
estaba
laundry when
sacando
the
su ropa
suspect started
sucia
calling him
cuando el sospechoso empezó
racial
a llamar
slurs,
un montón de
assaulted
palabras
him,
raciales y le
and dropped him
agredió
to the ground.
y le tiró al piso.
The complainant stated the suspect
El
punched him
quejante
on the
dijo
right
que
side
el
of his face
sospechoso le pegó
with
en
a
la cara
closed
derecha
fist, causing
de la
pain.
cara con un puño,
He
causando dolor
sustained
y
an
le
injury
dio
to his right knee
un,
and right
una
hand
lesión en la rodilla derecha y la mano derecha.
and left side of his torso was
Y en el
hurt
lado
as he
izquierdo del
believed he was
torso,
kicked.
pues parece que él cree que le habían dado una patada.
On March 10th,
El 10 de
2025,
marzo
the complainant
del
stated
2025,
one of the suspects
antes dijo
who attacked
que uno de
him
los sospechosos que le habían
on March 6th,
atacado el 6 de
2025
marzo de 2025
was at the location.
estaba en ese lugar
The complainant pointed at the
y el
defendant
quejante le
and
apuntó
stated he had to go to the
al
hospital
acusado
due to
y le dijo que
injuries.
tenía que haber ido
Did he
al hospital.
identify him?
The defendant was
Lo
identified with
Lo
his Mexican
identificó
voter ID card.
con la
Yes, the
tarjeta de
complainant
votar
pointed at the
mexicana.
defendant, stating he was the
Él
one
lo
who attacked him
apuntó
on
al
March.
acusado y dijo que él fue quien la atacó.
Mr. Macias, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your
Yeah.
case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness,
Que no tengas ningún
not to be in possession of weapons, not to go within 200 feet of where he lives or where he works.
Vive o trabaja.
I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you because they sweep it daily, they will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody until this case is over with. And then you get shipped off to immigration, where you'll sit for another 6 to 9 months. I do not want that to happen. And don't become a danger to my community. I don't care what is going on in your life. I don't care who bothers you. If I find that you pick up another case, you become a danger. It's not going to go well for you.
Peligro a esta comunidad no te va a ir bien.
You understand?
¿Entendido? Sí. Yes.
Do you have a lawyer today?
¿Tienes un abogado hoy?
No lo tengo.
No, sir. No, I
I
don't have
want you to
one.
hire a lawyer.
¿Tienes la capacidad de contratar un abogado?
De momento estoy fracturado, no.
At this moment, I have a fracture.
You have the ability to hire a lawyer.
¿Tienes el dinero para contratar a un abogado?
De momento no.
At this moment, no.
I'll have you fill out an application. I'll see whether you qualify.
llenar una
I need to know
solicitud.
everything about you. I need to know how much money you have in the bank,
Todo.
what you have money coming in, what kind of property you have, and then I'll take a look. We will create bond conditions for you.
Pues va.
Did you say that alcohol was a factor in this?
Yes, Judge. The defendant
Preguntó si
stated
había
he
alcohol
was
en este
angry
caso.
because he
Dice
was
que sí,
drinking that
porque
day.
estabas enojado ese día porque estabas
I'm
tomando
also
ese día.
not to
Pero
consume
también
alcohol,
te voy a
legal
ordenar
drugs.
que no tomes
Test you. Mr. Macias, if I find that you're consuming alcohol, likewise, I will put you in jail.
Encuentro que estás tomando
Do you
alcohol
understand?
en la cárcel, ¿entendió?
Sí.
Yes.
I will, Deputy Miranda's going to give an application. I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria. You'll get with police if you bond conditions, and then we'll have you take a seat in the
Y
jury
vamos a ver
box.
si te vamos a dar un abogado de cuánto quieres de fianza. Pase allá.
Don't worry about filing conditions because